Hey guys, it's me, the Music Rookie, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, so I'm just going to give you a brief rundown on what this is all about. So I have a minimal background in music. I took music classes as far as like band and choir in high school. I started playing flute in middle school in the band, and I loved music and I would practice, but probably not as much as I should have, and I wasn't ever the best. I also wasn't ever the worst. So I did learn and I did practice and I did try, but it wasn't probably as much of a priority as it should have been. I also took piano lessons for 10 years. I was still taking piano lessons when I started college, and I am not nearly as good as I should be because, once again, I didn't practice as hard as I should have. There would be phases where I'd get really into practicing, and then phases where it just wasn't my priority. And that's okay. Um, I bought a guitar when I started college, and I pretty much self-taught myself. One of my friend's moms gave me some of her old books, and she taught me some chords and helped me get started. And then I did eventually take a class in college, but by the time I got there, I'd learned most of what we learned in that class. Um, so by no means do I have this extensive music background. I'm not an expert, but I do understand a little. And I decided recently that I really wanted to start making music a part of my life again. So it's been probably maybe 10 years since I took real music lessons. And I've practiced or like gotten together with other people a little to play, to learn or to just like brush up on skills, but I've really let that process of learning kind of decline a lot. And so recently I decided I wanted to get back into music. And the reason for that really is that when I graduated college, I'm an English education major, and I took a teaching job in a teeny tiny town. And I love it because it's a small school and I have small class sizes, and that makes a lot of teaching more manageable. I have a lot more prep work to do and classes to teach, but I have fewer students, which makes it way easier to work with those students. And so there's some awesome perks of my job, and I love my school, but it also means I'm in a town with a population of like 800 people, and it's been tough for me. I think I underestimated how much social interaction I need as a human. And there aren't a lot of people who are my age or who are my age and in my stage of life. Everyone here has been super nice and welcoming and kind, so it's not that I've been like estranged by the community. I just have felt like maybe I moved somewhere that wasn't the best for me socially. And the first year it wasn't so bad because I was so busy with teaching, but this year, this is my second year here, it got difficult. And I knew that it's possible to be happy anywhere. I think you can be happy anywhere if you are willing to put in the effort, and I wasn't putting in enough effort. And I decided that what I was going to do was start working on music again, because it's something that I can do on my own fairly creatively and have a lot of fun with, but would also be really fulfilling and exciting. So I decided to start this channel because as I started getting back into music, I realized it's kind of difficult to try to self-teach and to stay motivated. I did make some friends out here who are musicians who have let me practice and play and even sometimes perform with them. And it's been really fun and exciting, and it's been a good way to motivate me to practice a little more. But I was really wanting more of a push. Like, I wanted to learn more about theory, I wanted to learn more about writing music, I wanted to strengthen my skills, not just as being able to play with other people, but to produce my own music. And so I started studying and watching YouTube videos and reading lots of things and realizing that it's a big job, especially if you aren't gonna hire someone or pay someone to teach you. And I'm not opposed to doing those things. I'd actually love to if I could find the people out here that I feel like would meet the needs that I have. And I'm looking and talking to people and hoping that that's going to work out for me soon. But in the meantime, there's this whole world of the internet that's full of information where we can learn things even without paying for a degree or paying someone to teach us. But what I found was a lot of the videos out there that are teaching music to people who they assume have a much better background in it than I do, or that just need things to be a little bit slower or more simplified. And maybe that means I'm like music dumb, I don't know. But a lot of times they start talking about like the circle of fifths, and I'm like, okay, like I kind of get that, but can we go back and talk about where that comes from and why? Can we explain why this is so important and what it means? They'll start talking about things like dominant chords, and I get those things kind of, but I really have to go back and study to remember what that really means. And that's fine, that's part of the job, but I just thought it would be nice to have maybe videos from people who aren't starting up here and going up there, but are starting, down here and trying to work their way up. And I do have a background in teaching, but I don't have a background in teaching music, so I can't guarantee that I'll be the greatest at it. What I really want to do is show you what I've done to kind of bite off little bits at a time, and the resources I've found, the programs I've used, and the way I'm getting started and what's helped me the most. And so I'm hoping that as I am on this journey, like figuring out the things that work, I can share them with other people and we can all kind of learn together. I used to work in the Writing Center, which is a huge environment for like collaborative learning, that you give feedback, that you share, that you talk about these things and open a dialogue to really produce the best work, right? The best art, essentially. And so for me, that's kind of how I look at music as well. You don't write music in a vacuum. You gotta have some help, at least when you're starting out, for sure. So that's my goal. I hope I can share things with you, and I hope you can share things with me, and that we can all learn together. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I meant for it to only be 5 minutes, but I talk a lot. So I hope you understand, and this gives you a better idea of where I'm coming from. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to share some resources and programs that I've used, and also my process right now for writing and what I've learned. And I want you to chime in and give feedback and link me to resources that you found and all of those things, because that's the best way to do this. Also, I have no idea how I'm even going to get anyone to see these videos. So if you stumble upon this, share it, like it, subscribe, do the notifications thing, whatever. Help me out, because I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to find out. Bye.